What was life like before learning RX?
So before learning RX, we have two boys in school, and we just noticed some struggles with retaining information from school and just the long term remembering of data that they learned in schools. And it just became a struggle that it took really a long time to get through things, and even learning things we thought they'd learn, and then going into tests and struggling on tests.
So what impact was it having on his self-esteem and your family?
That's a great question. We noticed that with his struggling, he would be down on himself because he knew the information, but then he'd come to test and really struggle. And then for us, it was hard to see him struggle. And then that was we tried so many different things. We just thought he's not working hard enough. And it's that's a terrible thing to say, but that's, as parents, just are we doing something wrong? And we just noticed with him, he kind of just kind of checked out and was really struggling, and just knew that he thought he just couldn't do it. And this is far as he could go. He would just always struggle.
So was the school not able to help, and had you tried other things like tutoring?
So we didn't do tutoring because, he goes to private school, and so the school we knew the school couldn't really help with tutoring because, it's a difference on, he understood the subjects. It was really just retaining it. So we knew for the school, they were just, hey, we can have a teacher can stay and tutor him, but that wasn't the issue. It was really he knew it. He just couldn't retain it long term. He could get it that day and just be I'm good. And then tomorrow, he would struggle on tests.
What was the actual training like at Learning RX? How was the trainer different than a tutor?
So as a tutor, a tutor would help you understand the subjects. For math, they would help you understand angles and
The process.
facts of the process and things like that. The trainer at Learning RX allows the student to build themselves. So the trainer is more like a coach. They would just lead them down a path, and they would the student would, my son, would just build their own and build as they go along, and just as the process went on, it would just build.
So what improved or got easier for your child since Learning RX? Did you see a change in self-esteem, confidence?
Oh, absolutely. I think the biggest thing as the process was going Dargan would tell us within a month, you would see amazing changes. Our first son went there too, so we kind of had an idea what it was like. So when we really through that first month, it was you could see processing was changing. For my son, he even knew it. He would come home and say, "Hey, Dad, look at the test score. He did great on test score." And the one main story I could say is he had to recite things. So he had to remember and then remember lines and then recite them in class a couple of days later or a week later. So it used to take, before we started, it would take, up to a week. We'd work on this, and he'd still struggle. Mm-hmm. And he'd learn it, but he still struggled. But this was after about a month and a half of doing Learner X. It was cut down to really one night. He could look at a piece of paper and read it, and I don't know how they worked that training in, but he would read it and say, give him one evening and say, "Okay, Dad, can you test me?" And
His
boom,
comprehension went through the roof.
And he would just recite it. And I literally the first time he did it, my jaw hit the floor. It was it was unbelievable.
Wow.
And for him to, he even noticed it. He could tell. He's I cannot believe. He literally said, "I cannot believe I can do this quickly now." Because he has a friend, his classmate, who's just off the charts. He doesn't even study. He just kind of knows things. And he's I'm like my friend now. And it's fantastic. It just builds and just.
You saw a smile again, right?
Oh, he was so happy. He started doing well on tests, and then it just started as it kept going, it just built. Test after test started doing well. He started math was super easy for him, and you could just tell it was just.
So Learning RX changed your life and your son's life.
Absolutely. It changed us for the better. Like I said, a tutor is for understanding subjects and things like that, but the Learning RX is brain training, and that's a life skill that he will never lose. So that's, I would just tell anyone to just go get the assessment and
So, what advice would you give to parents who are struggling to find the right resource for their child?
Yeah, like take control and take the assessment. I mean, it's
Go to Learning RX.
go Learning RX and take the free assessment and let it work for your kids. And like I said, it's a lifelong ability. So